Welcome to my channel. Life is relationships. Common global reasons for divorce. What are the most common reasons for divorce? Following the transition to a no-fault divorce system in England and Wales, couples no longer need to identify a particular wrongdoing as a ground to legally end their marriage. But while the legal divorce process may be simpler, the decision to actually go through with it, and the subsequent impact on couples, is as difficult and complex as ever. Couples may decide to end their marriage for a multitude of reasons, whether they've experienced a one-time major betrayal like an affair or a gradual erosion of the relationship over time. Often, it's a combination of factors that cause couples to drift apart. Here are 6 of the most commonly cited reasons why people separate.
1. Infidelity.
Unfaithfulness is a leading cause of divorce in England and Wales, whether through physical or emotional betrayal. When one partner discovers that their spouse has engaged in an emotional or sexual relationship with someone else, trust and respect can be irrevocably damaged. Even if the straying partner apologizes and begs for forgiveness, the betrayed partner may not be able to move past the act. That's why adultery used to be the second most cited ground for divorce, after unreasonable behavior, that you could use to show that your marriage had irretrievably broken down. 2. Lack of connection and commitment.
While 1,000 romantic comedies are built on the idea that opposites attract, in reality, couples need to feel they have something in common with their partner and are truly committed to have a happy, healthy marriage. There needs to be a meeting of minds in order for couples to stay together and put effort into the relationship. Differences that are easy to overlook in the first flush of romantic passion can become more pronounced over time. If couples don't do the work and find ways to bridge their differences, the bond between them can quickly deteriorate. One large-scale survey found that a staggering 73.2% of divorcing couples identified a lack of commitment as the main cause of their marital breakdown. 3. Money troubles.
Around 1 in 10 couples split due to rows about money. But it's not money trouble as such that pushes couples towards the divorce courts, it's that couples have different ideas about how to manage the family's finances. For example, one partner may be irresponsible with money and spend beyond their means, while the other prefers to save for a rainy day. Or one partner may be trying to control their spouse's spending habits. Different perspectives on finance aren't usually a problem when a couple has financial stability. But if they face financial difficulties, the difference in values can become more apparent. Financial incompatibilities can also complicate the process of negotiating financial settlements in divorce, making it crucial for couples to speak to an expert divorce lawyer. 4. Poor communication.
Poor communication comes in all shapes and sizes, from constant arguing to sweeping problems under the rug to flat-out lying. But it all has the same result. Couples who don't talk to each other will find their relationship deteriorating quickly. Communication is one of those issues that has cascading consequences. It can give rise to feelings of incompatibility, neglect, bitterness, and resentment that can become overwhelming if left unchecked. In some cases, couples are able to work on their communication problems and develop a healthy relationship once again. In others, the lack of communication can be so severe that divorce becomes the only solution. Where communication has deteriorated to a point of no return, couples may find mediation a useful tool in divorce negotiations. 5. Growing apart.
Couples who have been together for many years can find themselves becoming more like strangers as they drift apart from each other. People change, and the activities and interests they once shared no longer hold a place in their lives, leaving them feeling lonely, sad, or disconnected. The process of children growing up and leaving the family home can often act as a catalyst for couples to assess the state of their relationship. This stage of life, commonly referred to as empty nest syndrome, leaves couples with an abundance of free time and a reduced set of parental obligations. Some couples embrace this time and reconnect on a deeper level. For others, it can amplify pre-existing issues that previously were ignored, leading many to realize that their relationship is not as strong as it once was. 6. Abuse.
Abuse can take many forms and may include domestic violence, where one partner physically harms the other; emotional abuse, where one partner belittles or criticizes the other with hurtful words and actions; coercive control, where one partner seeks to control the other by manipulating or restricting their behavior. This can include financial control. These types of abuse can cause long-term psychological trauma, leaving the victim feeling scared, isolated, and unable to trust their partner. In such cases, divorce could be the only way for victims to regain control of their lives and find safety and security. If you have been a victim of domestic abuse, you might also be able to obtain an injunction through the family court. Whatever the reason for getting divorced, you might also need to deal with splitting your finances on divorce and arrangements for the children. If you are considering getting divorced, or at the receiving end of a divorce, and need advice, we are here to help.
United States. Why divorce rates are relatively high in the United States?
While divorce rates vary globally, the U.S. tends to have a higher rate than many countries due to several overlapping cultural, legal and social factors. 1. Cultural attitudes toward marriage.
In the U.S., marriage is often based on romantic love and personal fulfillment. When expectations aren't met, divorce is more socially accepted as a solution. 2. Legal ease. No-fault divorce.
The no-fault divorce system in many U.S. states allows couples to separate without proving wrongdoing, which makes the legal process more accessible than in countries with stricter laws. Pushpin 3. Individualism and personal autonomy.
U.S. society places strong emphasis on individual happiness and self-realization, so people may be more willing to leave marriages that don't feel right. 4. Economic independence.
Higher levels of education and labor force participation, especially among women, mean partners are less financially dependent and more able to leave unsatisfactory marriages. 5. Urbanization and stress.
Fast-paced urban lifestyles and stressful living conditions constrain relationships. 6. Reduced stigma.
Compared with many traditional cultures where divorce carries strong social taboo, in the U.S. it's more socially accepted to end an unhappy marriage.
How the U.S. compares with other countries.
Countries like India and Vietnam have low divorce rates largely due to cultural and social pressures to stay married in arranged marriage traditions. Simply.com. Some Arabic or Catholic-influenced countries historically had lower divorce rates because of legal, religious or social barriers, though these patterns are changing in many places. AWS Legal Group. Scandinavian countries, e.g., Sweden, also show high divorce rates, often linked to strong emphasis on personal autonomy and gender equality.
Summary. Divorce is complex and influenced by both universal and country-specific factors. Basic reasons like lack of commitment, infidelity, financial issues and incompatibility appear across many nations. The United States often shows higher divorce rates, not necessarily because marriages are worse, but because socially, legally and economically it's easier and more acceptable for couples to separate when they're unhappy. Thank you for wandering into my corner of the internet. If you'd like this path we're on to continue, planting your subscription is the first step. Your comments are the water that helps it grow, and your shares are the sunshine that lets it reach others.